Hello, and welcome to another episode of Jared's Not Funny. Today, I am joined by a lifelong friend of mine who is, what can I say about the guy? He's a great golfer. He's a money manager. He knows his liquors, and we're going to find out about all that tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brooks Andrews.
Thank you, Jared.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Checks in the mail for all the nice things you say about me.
Hey, I will cash it. I promise you that. Yeah, man. So how was your week?
Week is good. It had a big, just twist. Actually, I need to go back about a week and a half, but it just had a big twist in the working world, and ended up taking on a lot more work, made me a lot more busy during the day. I almost feel like I'm new in my role again. Like I'm hungry again to do what I do, which is kind of cool. But then the week progressed and another wrench got thrown in. I was supposed to go to Wilmington this weekend instead of coming back home. And a buddy of mine called me. He's like, "Hey, sorry, I have a work thing. I thought I could get out of it. Didn't know how important it was. Can't make, I'm not going to be able to hang out this weekend." So I had to call an audible and came back home and played some golf this weekend. So it's been good. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, and we can talk about this too. What we did Friday.
Okay.
Friday was fun.
Friday was fun. Remind me what we did on Friday.
We went to the casino. You don't remember going to the casino?
Shh. There was a lot happened Friday.
It was a fun time.
It was a fun time. Thank you for taking me up on that offer, by the way.
Oh yeah.
I didn't want to go by myself, just because things are more fun with more people.
Yeah.
So I invited you, and I'm glad you said, "Yeah, let's go."
Yeah. Talking about casinos real quick. So it can be a lot to take in when you first walk in on the floor where everything's going on, right? You got all the machines. And
stimulus overload.
Yeah, yeah. And you got, all the different games going on. And I didn't realize that there were more than one version of all the games.
Okay. What do you mean?
Like there were different versions of blackjack.
Yeah.
And there are different tables for like craps.
And roulette.
Yeah, like there's all sorts of different ways to play the game, and I'd never realized that. I was just assumed that it was just like anything else, where it's just like one set of rules, and there's no deviation from that.
It's weird how, I've been to a couple different casinos. I'm not like a casino connoisseur or anything. I've been to a few, but different games in different places. They're more prominent just depending on where you are in the country. Like Danville, slots galore, slots all over the place, which typically you see in a casino anyway. And I think a large percentage of profit or revenue comes from slots.
Sure.
A super large, not from you. You take money from them on the slots.
I'm a slot master.
Yes, yes, you are.
Right.
He turns $10 into $100. It's like magic.
5 minutes. That's all I need.
That's what she said. But no, it's in Danville. They have like a European roulette. I think it's European. It's not American. But they have like a 0, 0, 0, and then they have a 0, 0, which I don't think I remember seeing that anywhere else. I don't remember seeing that in Cherokee. I haven't seen it in Vegas. It's probably there. I just didn't realize it. But the odds are different on that. I like roulette. It's just fun.
Yeah.
And then I enjoy playing Texas Hold'em, playing poker. I'm not great at it, but I consider when you go to a casino, you set a limit. You stick to that limit. You got to be disciplined, but you're paying for entertainment.
Sure.
That's what you're doing. You're entertaining yourself, or you're having fun with friends. It's not. You're not trying to make money gambling.
Yeah, I think it takes a lot of confidence in yourself to be able to do what you did, which was go over and start playing poker against guys that you don't even know that could possibly, because there are levels to that game. There's massive levels. And so the only reason why I say that is just like, you know, I always assume that whoever I'm sitting down with understands the game way further than I ever could, and I'm going to end up making a mistake, and I'm going to cost myself a bunch of money.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely a risk that you take. I think you don't play the game, you play the person. And I think that's what I like about Texas Hold'em is, you know, there's a human element to it. It's not just luck. There is some science behind it. There's, you know, there's strategy to it. And I enjoy playing the person. I enjoy figuring out, you know, what someone's tell is, or, you know, how someone bluffs, or, you know, I don't know, but I enjoy reading the people and figuring out, you know, that aspect of the game.
Sure. When you say play the person, when it comes down to you're playing the cards, you're playing your hand, and you're playing the person, what do you say that it's like 50-50 or?
No. I think what position you are when the betting is coming around plays a key role. Like, you know, depending on if you're a big blind and you bet versus if you're last to act and you bet, and how big that bet is versus what the blinds are. So there's some math percentages in there, like people, you know, who bet certain things that you could always, I don't want to say you can always tell, but you can start to see patterns in people in the way, you know, way they play the game. And then you can start determining the longer you play, okay, when this person makes this type of bet, they have this type of hand.
Sure. That makes sense.
Yeah. So that's the reading the people aspect of it. You know, you can, you know, pick up on those patterns.
Gotcha.
So I enjoy that. It's fun for me to do that. And I by no means do I make a lot of money playing poker. I probably have lost more than I've made, but I enjoy it. It's fun.
I think that's like 99% of people, right?
More than likely.
Yeah. Like you
don't hear the people that win money on World Series of Poker. You don't hear them talk about how much they lost. You only see what they win.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a fact. So you were sweet enough to bring some stuff to make some drinks, some drinks that maybe the people that are watching this right now haven't tried, and I'm super excited for it. So I'm going to call this the Brooks Fancy Drink segment, because every time that I go out somewhere with Brooks, he orders something that is apparently off the menu, or apparently even bartenders don't even know what it is. So either we need to up the places that we go as far as fanciness, you know, or bartenders, you know, I mean, I am personally going to marry a bartender, so I don't want to say bartender step up your game, but so
I mean, maybe we can educate her.
Yeah.
So I had this drink in New York. I went to New York for the first time around Christmas this past year, and it was something that I think the ambiance of being in New York around Christmas time and having this drink made it resonate with me. And it was wintry, fallish. It was light. It had a little bit of sweet to it. And I was sitting at a rooftop bar near Times Square looking out at the Empire State Building. It was night. And this English couple came in, and I do a horrible English accent, but this you know, nice lady comes in behind me, and she looks over the barkeep, and she goes, "Desirano, please." And I'm like, what the hell is that? You know? And so I look at the bartender, because me and Laura have been there for a couple hours just meeting people and enjoying drinks and enjoying this, you know, the scenery. I was like, "What's Desirano?" And so, you know, he let me try it. I'm like, that tastes really good. I mean, it's, I guess, an amaretto, but it's an Italian liqueur. And I was like, make me something with this, but with whiskey.
Okay.
And he's like, I got you. And so he made what I came to find out was called a Kentucky Godfather. and that has become like my fall winter drink. Like if I'm going somewhere and they have, like top shelf, bourbon or whiskey, I'm like, I want a Kentucky Godfather. And some people, like some bartenders have been like, huh? I don't know what that is. Like, it's rye whiskey, Deserrano, agave, if you have it, simple syrup will do in a pinch, and then some lemon juice. And, it's light, tastes good. You can sip on it. It's not something you shoot. But I can definitely make you one.
I definitely want one.
All right. So
sounds delightful.
It is. I really enjoy it. So do a little bit of ice, put that in the glass, and then it's very simple. It's one part Deserrano, and then 1 part rye whiskey. I picked up a rye whiskey that I have not had from Mr. ABC.
Whistle Pig.
Some Whistle Pig, 10-year small batch rye whiskey. So we do 1 part rye.
That was a big part. That's okay.
I said 1 part, not 1 ounce.
Yeah.
And then we'll just do a little bit of simple syrup and some lemon juice. And I apologize, my sinuses have...
It's okay. I had the worst cough for like 4 episodes, so I apologize for anyone who watched and got to hear the phlegm. They actually have a rap name for me. It's called Phlegm Shady. Yeah, I'm over it now, though. I think
you're in my phone as Jay Dizzle.
I love that. You're in my phone as Brooks a Million.
Brooks a Million. I love it. So I don't have the proper bartender tools, but we're just going to mix that up.
Yeah.
And there you go, sir. There's your little Kentucky Godfather.
All right. So taste test on a Kentucky Godfather here. Never had one before, but I
don't have a garnish, so.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. The garnish is the Capitals logo on my cup. So here we go. I totally get the fall.
Yeah.
Very, very smooth.
That's probably the 10-year rye that makes it smooth.
And it takes about 4 to 6 seconds in order to get really warm in my chest.
Okay.
But I could definitely drink these.
I can see that, like you're sitting by a fire pit.
Oh, yeah.
Overlooking a lake.
Yeah, it's very smoky.
Yeah,
it does have like a smoky overtone. Like it feels good.
But like you can, like, the sun is setting, the fire is on, you got some music.
Yeah.
And you're sipping, and that's like my fall drink now.
No, I love it.
So I'm ordinarily like an old fashioned guy.
Yeah. This beats the shit out of what I normally would do, which is Evan Williams honey and Coca-Cola. This is way better.
Keep it classy. Keep it classy.
Bro, dude, go with what you know. And at the end of the day, that's a great drink.
To quote a very successful 20th century philosopher,
whose name is Brooks.
No, mo money, mo problems.
Yeah.
Biggie. And I think one of the problems that I created for myself is the mo money I made, the nicer things that I started to enjoy.
Sure.
And so, I don't want to forget where I came from by any means, but I do enjoy nice things.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I mean, I think that enjoying nice things due to success, right? Like that's a positive thing. Mm-hmm. I think that is a very positive thing. And just like you said, right? You said, I don't want to forget where I came from. I don't think you have. I think that as being someone who is your friend, who gets to hang out with you a lot, I don't see a very big difference of who you were in high school as opposed to who you are now. As far as a personality perspective, you're still the same loving, caring person. You're still the person who wants the entire group of people that are your friends to all get along and be together.
Man, you guys are my my lifeblood. Like I don't know. It's not like I live for you guys, but I need my friends. I need to have time with people I care about.
Yeah, man.
It's important to me, and I think that's one of the reasons I started the guys golf trip, on a yearly basis. Should have done it a whole lot sooner.
Yeah.
But went to college, thought I'd knew what I wanted to do. Plan A for life. Go to school, get the education, find the woman you want to marry, get the job. Have kids. You do that, and I didn't want to miss. I didn't want to keep missing time with people that I cared about, because at the end of the day, 6 of you guys are gonna put me in the ground one day. That's what I envision. Like I have lifelong friends, and if I count myself very blessed, because I have, I would say, 6 to 8 lifelong friends that, if I called you at 3 a.m. and you actually answered your phone, like, you'd be like, what do you need? Where are we going?
Yeah, 100%.
So,
yeah. Some people don't even get to experience one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you can count yourself super lucky, if you can have 3 to 5 lifelong friends or people that you've known for more than, 10 years.
Sure.
That you're still in contact with.
Absolutely.
So, and that's why I probably give you guys a lot of shit sometimes for, like, I don't know if I can make it. I'm like, damn it, you need to make it.
Yeah.
Like, you need to come hang out. Because, there's going to be a time when we're like 75 and, we can't move like we did, and we can't do the things that we want to do. And, we need these memories, man.
Yeah. And I think it's a beautiful thing. We don't exactly pull punches when it comes to you either. You know what I mean? Like, but that's the nice thing about being as close as everyone is like, everyone has their personality. Everyone has different things about them, but it's the acceptance, it's the love, it's the appreciation for who everyone is as a person. And like I said, there are more times than not whenever I'm hanging out with, the group of guys that we hang out with for the golf trip. And I'll tell you right now, it is like, it's like a moment in time captured, because I don't think anyone has strayed away from their personality so much to where it's like we don't even recognize them. It's everyone has stayed grounded, but I think a lot of that grounding comes from being around people that you grew up with.
I agree.
I
would agree with that statement. I think there's a book I read. Ooh, what was the name of it? It wasn't How to Win Friends and Influence People. How to Lose Friends and Alienate People. Shoot, what was the name of it? You'll be the sum of the 5 people you associate with most.
Okay.
That I think that, whoever you spend quality time with, you become, you take from them as much as you give from them.
Absolutely.
So.
No, I can totally go with that.
But I enjoy hanging out with you. I would love to glean your wittiness from you. I'm not envious, but it's like, man, I'm glad I have people that can think on their feet the way Jared does, and the stuff that you do with the podcast and just your comedy. I appreciate it, and I love supporting it. Like, I love coming to watch you do your thing, because it's really cool.
I greatly appreciate that, because like that is something that I want. I'm not gonna lie about it. I want my friends to like what I do.
I've even told you to roast me, like roast me.
Oh, I've done that before.
You have. I loved it
specifically for you. And it's one of those things where it is a strange thing, because when I know that my friends are in the audience, there is an added amount of pressure.
Okay.
There's an added amount of pressure because I don't want to suck in front of you guys. I really don't. I want to impress. But at the same time, it also helps because, there was a show at Mill Mountain.
Okay.
At Mill Mountain Theater. It was the King of Comedy show.
Okay, yeah.
And
I was there for that one.
Absolutely. And I think like eight of our buddies were there.
Yeah.
Right? So
like Chris, he drove in from Wilmington.
Yeah.
To see that.
And Vance was there and like all these different guys. And there was an added amount of pressure, but it was a strange thing because when I got on stage, I felt remarkably comfortable because I just acted like I was telling you guys my jokes. I felt
I'm glad you didn't have to like picture us naked.
No. I felt this, I don't know. I felt more relaxed, and honestly, it's probably my favorite set that I've ever done because
you killed it.
Because I was almost kind of looking out. I couldn't see anything because the lights were on me. Couldn't see anything, but I just imagined that the only people that were sitting in front of me was like Rachel and the boys. And so I had to tell y'all jokes as if you guys were just sitting on the couch and I needed to just be entertaining and just have fun with it, right? Like no judgment, just love. And I just, I went back and when I watched it, it was a weird thing to try to capture because I know when I'm trying too hard.
Okay.
Right? Like when I watch myself, I try to look at myself through a stranger's eyes. But that show was the most of the boys that were there, and it was a great crowd. I mean, it was awesome. It was a great crowd. But to just see that everyone was there, it made me a different kind of comfortable, and it made me be myself on stage for the first time, as opposed to trying to be a comedian. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, it does make sense. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What made you, like, I know you didn't wake up one day and be like, I'm just going to do stand-up comedy.
No.
Like, what was the progression? Like, where did you decide, like, I think I might want to do stand-up?
I was watching a lot of Kill Tony.
Okay.
And I don't know. I just got obsessed with watching the show, and I would be around like people at work and tell jokes. Obviously, I didn't write, but I would be around people and I would tell them jokes. And then one day I was around a couple of buddies and I told them a story, just a 45-second story, and I'd written a punchline to it. And whenever I said the punchline, they all laughed hysterically. Like, I mean, almost like falling to the ground hysterically.
Do you remember the joke you wrote?
I believe it was the cigarette joke. It was the first joke I ever wrote. It was true story. I was standing outside of work, smoking a cigarette with a girl, and I hadn't seen her in like a week because she was on vacation, and she was my smoking buddy at work.
Okay.
And anyway, so I asked her, I said, hey, how you doing? She said, I'm doing terrible. And I was like, well, why are you doing terrible? I said, because my stove broke, and it was the middle of winter, And I was like, well, that sucks. She's like, yeah, because that's how I heat the first floor of my house. And I was like, well, I didn't know what to say, And I was just like, yeah, that's terrible. And she was like, yeah, but it's okay because I ended up going out on a Tinder date with this guy and it went really well. I was like, yeah, did you guys Netflix and chill? She was like, oh yeah, he fucked me so hard we broke my bed. I was like, all right, cool. Like, we have a very open relationship,
Yeah. So that's a good smoking buddy.
Absolutely. And I told her, I was like, damn. I was like, well, are you going to see him again? She was like, yeah, I mean, he showed up at my doorstep 3 days later with a brand new bed. And I literally looked at her. I was like, bitch, you need to fuck him on your stove. And we just laughed. And I remember just saying like, okay, that's a funny thing. Like, that was a great conversation. And I remembered every word of it. So when I went back to talk to my buddies, I was like, that's the punchline. That is the punchline, And so I told the story exactly like I did, and they just geeked out. And I remember saying to myself, I was like, man, I wonder if we do open mics in Roanoke. I wonder if that's a real thing. And L.A. Josh Preston, who's a great guy in the comedy scene. Like he's absolutely helped me out a lot. He had a show, but his whole thing is that he does the show with an audience, but then at the end of the show, if you're there and you're a comedian or an aspiring comedian, you get 5 minutes on the stage. It's an open mic.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's like instead of opening with it, he gets the crowd in there because there's the most people by the end of the show. Some people might show up a little late, and miss like the opener, but by the time that the show is over, you have the maximum amount of people. And so, yeah, dude, I signed up and I brought a friend of mine with me because I was just like, I just told him, I have a tremendous stage fright. Like, I do not like to play music on stage. I do not like to sing on stage. I don't like to do anything on stage.
Really?
Oh, I hate it. I hate it.
I don't get that vibe from you, bro.
No, I hate it because I did my 9th grade talent show, right? I did that and I played a song for a girl that I had written, and I could play it through right now and still be proud of it. Like, because originally I was just gonna like play guitar, to a track, and that was it, But then I wrote a song for this girl, and I told them, I was like, hey, I want to change what I'm doing. I'm going to actually be singing and playing acoustic guitar. And I dedicated the song to the girl that I liked. Well, she hated that I called her out. Yeah. But it's okay. I ended up making out with this super hot chick afterwards. I loved the song. So I was totally fine with that. No big deal.
Teenage love.
Yeah, exactly. So not a big deal. It's not like it hurt my feelings, but I still go back and I've seen that video, and my leg, I'm sitting on a bar stool, right, with an acoustic guitar and a mic in front of me, and no one has heard me sing. Nobody, not even my parents. Like, I didn't try it out. I just was like, I'm going to do this.
Oh.
And that's when I had confidence. I was like, I'm going to do this. And, I knew that I could carry a tune. You know what I mean? I wasn't trying to be like a super singer. It's just like, nah, just like I know the words. I got a melody. I can do this. And so I sat on the stool, and my left foot the whole damn time. Thank God it was my left foot, because my right leg is the guitar is resting on it. And on my left foot, it's just shaking the whole damn time, dude. It just won't stop. It's shaking. And, I get through the whole song, standing go.
Really?
Standing ovation.
I mean, that really doesn't surprise me.
And I remember coming off the stage, and my brother David runs up to me in behind the stage. He was sitting in the crowd, and he runs up to me, and he literally gives me a hug, and he goes, bro, that was awesome. And he
was a senior?
He was a senior.
Okay.
And he did not pull punches when it came to music. Like, he's a pseudo musician. He's great. And he's a great singer. But I'll never forget that, because when he came up and told me, he was like, you did great. Because he would be the first one to be like,
that sucks.
Maybe not get on stage again and sing, like, and I respect that. I do the same for him. But when he said that, and I got that validation, and that girl was like, I can't believe you called me out, and I was like, oh my God, all right, maybe that was the wrong move. I don't know.
No, it wasn't the wrong move. She was just the wrong girl.
I mean, yeah, lessons learned from that. But, ultimately I felt really good about the whole situation. But I just remember being on stage and not being comfortable in any way, shape, or form. And I didn't like the uncomfortable feeling. So then I played in a band for a little while where we were a 3-piece. I was the singer and guitar player, and we were heavier stuff, like Breaking Benjamin, Chevelle type stuff. And
I thought it was going to be like the Pussycats or...
No. But like I enjoyed that because I'm on stage with a band. I'm on stage with my brothers. I'm on stage with the guys that we've written this music together. We all agree it's good. We all agree that we want to do it. And like, man, the first show we played was in front of 300 people.
What?
And I was scared to death. But as soon as I hit that first chord, like on the guitar, because I have to start the show,
right.
When I start doing it and everybody starts getting into it, man, I came off the stage. I was like, that was awesome. That was so much fun because we all did exactly what we've been practicing. And that was easier. Going on stage with some guys that that just like, we're all working towards the same thing. Comedy, however, is where you are by yourself.
Right.
And
I mean, unless you're on Whose Line Is It Anyway, but
right. And if you're bombing, it's on you.
True.
Everything is on you. And I had just become a store manager for a company. I was getting used to getting up in front of my team and talking in front of them. And like I felt fine doing that stuff. That was no problem. So I was like, well, maybe I should try to do this stand-up comedy because I really enjoy watching it,
Okay.
And I never thought that I could be like very good at it. I just said, you know what? This would be a great exercise.
Who do you feel you glean inspiration from?
Mitch Hedberg. Mostly because he's silly.
Okay.
Right? He has like silly humor. He can kind of laugh at himself. He's always on some sort of substance on stage. I'm not saying that I am.
Full
Full disclosure. I drink before I get on, but that's just to kind of calm the nerves a little bit. I don't get hammered or anything, but I definitely get a nice buzz just to where I'm just like, okay, this feels fun. Like, let's get psyched about this. But Mitch, I love his style of comedy because you can't help but laugh at him. And especially too, he's smart. Like there are jokes that he writes that you can, as far as someone who's been writing jokes now, I can tell like when he says, I'm lazy sometimes, I'm probably going to butcher this, but I'm lazy sometimes. Like I could be in the hotel room and I can think of a funny joke. And, if the pin is too far away on the other side of the room, then I have to convince myself that joke wasn't funny. Like something as simple as that. Like I could just see him in there just being like, I don't even want to get that pin. And he's like,
that reminds me of Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
Yeah.
They get out of their hotel room. They're like, I forgot my wallet.
We've gone too far.
We've gone too far.
Exactly. Like that's exactly it, man. So, definitely him. I would definitely have to say Anthony Jeselnik, and I get a lot of my confidence from him because he is somebody who says things that I almost couldn't imagine saying in front of a crowd until I did it. But basically you
do have a little bit of dark humor.
Absolutely. And I
love it, by the way.
And that's the thing is like Anthony Jeselnik is like my spirit animal when it comes to writing. I love his writing. I love it. The darker, the better. Take me to a place that I have never been before. Take me to a thought that I've never had. That is what I want. And yeah, make it dark, make it sadistic.
Well, I think it's not just that, but I think it's you make the audience uncomfortable, and in doing that, they pay more attention to what you're saying. They're like, did he just say? He did just. That's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, and he's one of my favorite quotes from him is where he says like it's not just about being dark. It's not. Like he's like you could say anything and it be dark. It's about getting away with it. It's about getting people to laugh, right? Because if they don't laugh at it, you didn't get away with it. It's not actual comedy. It's just dark, Like anyone can be dark. We can say super messed up stuff all night. But if it doesn't work and if a crowd doesn't vibe with it, because you kind of when you're writing a joke, it doesn't have to be so far off the wall. Like it doesn't have to be super north, super south, east, west, what have you. It has to be to where like when I write this joke, when I write the punchline, I got to write a joke that you're going to meet me in the middle.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like when I write it, it might be pretty far off west, but you're going to come over there and meet me there. You know what I mean? Like we're technically you're east, I'm west, but when I tell you the punchline, I'm meeting you in the middle.
Be beneath those, old Georgia pines.
Yeah. To where like you're going to at least appreciate the thought, and you never thought about it like that, or you've never said it out loud.
Speaking of appreciation, I 110% appreciate being your sounding board. I love getting the calls at 12:30 at night. Hey, you up? Hey, yeah, Jared, what do you need? I got a joke.
Yep. No, 100%, man.
I love it. I love that you appreciate my input and or, I guess my criticism. Granted, I don't really criticize too much, even though you ask for it.
No, I appreciate because you do pick out things where like you have told me like maybe punch that up or maybe like or
say this after that,
or even you say I don't get it. Like, okay.
I say that a lot.
Yeah. So it's like, okay. And then, so that's the thing, right? It's like, if I have to explain it to you,
it didn't work.
It's probably too long.
Right.
Probably too long, but the nice thing is, and I will say it helps me out tremendously because I tell it to you and 3 other people in its infancy. The moment that I get it in my head, right?
Okay.
I call immediately because if I can tell it to you, right? And I just thought about this. If I can tell it to you in semi-joke format, I'm going to remember it way better. Like I've already typed it in my phone and everything, but that delivery has already occurred, right?
The sexual positions joke. I love it.
It's one of my favorites that I've written thus far. I think I still have a little juice to squeeze out of it. Yeah.
The way you can like tie, I guess I won't call it culture, but like the way you relate movies to positions, and you're like, yeah, this is what this means. Like, it's funny.
Yeah,
I enjoy it.
And that's the thing too, is like I've been trying to lean a little bit more into my personality and what I know, or what I'm passionate about, and that makes writing a whole lot more satisfying, but a little bit more difficult, if you will, because I'm constantly like, I'm always on the lookout for the funny, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that I won't write something that I'm not passionate about, because if anything rises up and I'm just like, oh, that's funny, I'm sticking on it. But that being said, when I sit down and I'm like, let me just try to write a joke, that's one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. But I also remember the first time I ever tried to sit down and write a song, and unless I have some kind of emotional thing that I'm trying to get out, it's very difficult.
Okay.
Right? Unless I have some kind of funny situation that I've experienced, it's very difficult. But, at that point, I mean, we have the fucking internet, which is awesome. And I will use the internet to my advantage, to where I'm just like, what's going on in the world? And I'll watch, TikTok, or I'll watch, shorts, and I'll just try to find something to pull off of just to kind of get the wheels rolling. And most of the time what happens is I get that wheel running, I think of something funny, but the punchline is actually perfect for this setup, which has nothing to do with what I just watched. So, and
you're getting like some behind the scenes thought process on comedy. This is kind of cool.
Yeah, on my comedy, which I'm not going to say is great, but it's
Jared, I'm not a like comedy expert. Like I haven't like judged other comics. But I will say that as far as your delivery and as far as your the way your jokes flow, you have characteristics of the comedians that we see on Netflix, and we see, that have live shows at different major events that are filmed. Like I feel like you have that talent to do that. And I think you have that talent because you have the deep thought process in regards to how you put together your show and what you write and your the form. I don't know what you want to call it. Your process, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like it's you've taken skills and abilities from your inspirations, and you've made them your own.
The last one I'll say too, as far as inspirations go, Dave Chappelle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just because,
gotcha, bitch.
Yeah. Just because, as far as as far as a storyteller goes, there's no one better, I don't think. I've always followed Dave Chappelle. Seeing his last special that he came out with on Netflix, man, I mean, there was one joke, and it was about meeting Jim Carrey for the first time.
I remember that.
And the way that he just, I mean, you're with him, you're visualizing.
He met him when he was doing was it Andy Kaufman?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And you're visualizing. He does such a great job of taking you through, that story, and it's a long story. I mean, it's like 7 to 10 minutes, and you're with him the entire time, and it's so intriguing. And it's like, then he hits his punch at the very end, and it just, I mean, it ruined me. I literally said to myself, I was like, I'll never be that good. Which is fine. I think anyone feels that way, guitar players see a guy like playing crazy solos and they're like, I'll never be able to do that. Or, drummers hear a fill and they're like, I can't do that.
That's not just in comedy or entertainment. Like I think that's in
everything.
Like I had that same feeling regarding what I do.
Yeah.
And seeing other people being in my industry, money management, and seeing how far along they are, and the amount of assets they manage, and I'm like, geez, I don't know if I'll ever get there. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do that. And years down the road, I'm where they were 10 years, 15 years ago.
Sure. And that's another thing too, is there isn't a roadmap to how to get better at comedy. You know what I mean?
Okay. You mean there's not like a comics for dummies at Barnes and Noble?
I mean, there probably is. There probably is. But I've always been somebody who I want to learn something, but I want to learn it the way that I interpret it, right? That's the reason why I'm a self-taught musician, is because, like, I'll figure it out. I'll dedicate the time. Comedy is no different. I'm going to learn it. I'm going to dedicate the time. And I'm a visual learner, right? So when I see somebody doing something at a high level, I feel like I do try to emulate it, but I want to emulate it but make it my own.
As you should.
Yeah. So, and there's so many freaking amazing comedians right now that are on TikTok that just, I mean, I can't tell you the last time that I sat down and I was like, Shane Gillis, Theo Vaughn, or, any of like the guys that are going right now. It's all these like amateur guys that they have some of the best shit. I mean, they do. They have some of these like bits that, I watch them and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like these guys are these are up and comers. And I don't even think that I'm ready to even say like, yeah, I'm an up and comer. No, I still have a long way to go with this comedy thing. I just love that this is a thing that I can do for the rest of my life, and it doesn't matter how old I get. It doesn't matter what physical shape I'm in. It won't matter. I can always, even if I have to sit in front of a mic and just tell jokes, I can still do it.
Right.
My whole retirement plan, like I told Rachel, is eventually one day I'll be going to old folks' homes in my wheelchair, and be rolling in and being like, "Y'all want to hear some jokes? All right, here we go."
I'll book you at my old folks' home.
Oh yeah, that's what I want to hear. That's exactly what I want to hear.
I love that retirement plan.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about getting on a stage and doing anything like?
I have.
Yeah,
I have. I've actually done that. I've gotten on a stage. Like the largest crowd I've been in front of on stage speaking was probably about 10,000 people.
Holy shit! Doing what?
Speaking about business and thought process. Back between college and my current career, there were, I did a lot of different things, trying to figure out where I fit. And, one of the things I was successful at was entrepreneurship and running a business. And I did that for a period of time. And part of that environment, or part of the entrepreneurship, was sharing the thought process on the success that I've had, and I grew pretty quickly. I think I at one point was running about $250,000 of revenue and volume of goods, retail, just everything from cleaning products to vitamins and all the things. But part of that was just sharing thought process, and I got over my fear of talking in front of people very quickly by explaining certain aspects of business and sharing different things that I've done to be successful. So I did that for a period of time and transitioned shortly after that into...
One question real quick for that. 10,000 people.
Yeah.
How long are you on stage talking?
Probably 5-10 minutes.
Okay. And did you pre-prepare for that?
Slightly, yes.
Okay.
It was...
Didn't have anything typed out to where you were reading it?
No. There was no teleprompter. There was no script.
Bullet points?
In my head.
Okay.
Right? Nothing written out. It was, hey, you're part of this group. We're going to bring each of these people up to talk about their success and how they've gotten to where they are over the past, 6-12 months. How did you do it? What are some quick, big decisions you made to be this successful?
Love it.
And so I got the, notification the day before, hey, you're going to be part of this, this group of couples that I was married at the time. She and I, did this together, and they said, hey, you're going to go up on stage, and you're going to have about 5 minutes, 8 minutes, whatever it was. We had a timer, so we knew how long we needed to be on stage.
Yeah.
But we need you to talk about success thought process and the big things that you did to move your business forward. And so we talked about just the sacrifices we made. And I think in general, success is I forget where it might have been The Rock on Instagram said this, success is rented, it's not owned. And you have to make decisions daily to be successful at whatever craft you're trying to do. That I really took that to heart, just in life, not just that business, but I think that every day you have to make those little decisions to continue to move forward in your life and get whatever the prize is that you're trying to accomplish.
Sure. And so when I totally agree with everything you just said, by the way. But when you're getting ready to go up and speak in front of 10,000 people,
mm-hmm.
How are you feeling 5 minutes prior to going on that stage? Are you nervous?
Yes, very. Nervous to the extent that I don't know if what I'm going to say is going to make sense. I don't know if it's all going to come out the way it is in my head.
Sure.
Very not to the point where I throw up, sick.
Yeah.
But scared
butterflies.
Yes, butterflies, scared shitless.
Yep.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
So and that being said, so obviously didn't drink prior to it.
No.
So you got to go up there sober October, you got to go up there just, Now, that being said, you get up there, so for comedy, I can tell you 100%, I get that. I get the butterflies, I get nervous. As soon as that first couple of words come out, I flow.
Yeah.
Is that what happens?
Yes. So, I would say that it probably took more than the first couple words, but it was I'm just going to talk probably at a louder volume than I ordinarily would, but I'm going to talk like I'm talking to, like you said, I'm going to talk like I'm talking to my friends. And, like you said, the lights were in your eyes. You can't see anybody. You don't know who's out there. And it all just kind of fell into place. I honestly can't remember what I said. And more often than not, when I'm talking in front of a group of people, whether it's 5 people or 10,000 people, I'm not going to remember what I said.
Sure. Now, that being said, can you give yourself a grade after, or did you think anything about what you said? Like, did you think, oh, I killed it, or I could have done way better, that wasn't my best performance? Or did you give it a second thought?
I don't know if I ever gave it a second thought. I've never thought that I killed it. I've always thought that there's room for improvement.
Sure.
And to be honest, the only thing I remember from that particular time that I was on stage was talking about the sacrifices you make to be a business owner and to invest in your business versus enjoying the finer things in life. Might not even be the finer things, but like making sacrifices that people would not ordinarily make. And you remember this quote. You have to remember this quote because if you played football in middle school and high school, where we went to school, and you went into the locker room and you had to take a piss, you saw this quote every single day. Do you remember the quote?
No,
I remember the quote. I don't know why, other than I saw it every single day. I don't know. I guess because every time I piss at a urinal, I look up and they have the quote right there. When
Sure.
you look up, it says the reason most people fail instead of succeed is they trade what they want most for what they want at the moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I can remember that.
And so that was something that like imprinted on me in middle school, like 7th grade. And I would read that every single time I went to use the bathroom during football season.
At the field house.
At the field house.
Yeah, yeah.
Up above the high school.
I remember.
And so, I remember that. I apply that to my life. I've told my kids that quote. I haven't told them where I got it from, but I've told
Hopefully
them.
they don't watch this. Be like,
I hope they do.
Dad got it from a bathroom. But still, hey,
it wasn't written on a bathroom stall. It was like, it was a plaque.
Yeah.
It wasn't like somebody wrote like call Tom for a good time,
It's amazing to me how words can influence at such a young age, and still not only do you remember it, but you basically lived your life according to it.
100%.
Yeah.
I attribute, not that I'm not kind of a big deal at all, but not that I'm super successful or anything, but I have done and gone and been further than I ever thought I would be in my entire life. And I attribute that to that quote probably more so than anything is every time there was a big decision that I had to make financially or otherwise, it was like, do I really need this? Is this going to get me where I want to be?
Yeah.
And I've taken that thought process to heart. To sum it up, very beautiful woman that is in my life, and she is my favorite. She is my only. She says it best, kind of takes that quote and paraphrases it. If it's not a hell yeah, it's a hell no.
I love that.
And
what is that, Stone Cold?
I don't know what to say to that. I don't know what to say to that.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Wrestling fan.
Yeah.
So.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. I will say this is like you said, enjoying the finer things, and I would like to do that now because I'm about to face the rest of this.
Okay.
You brought some stuff to make a different drink.
Yes, I did.
And I'm guessing it's one of the fancier versions of it because.
So I'm using my my favorite brown liquor. I bought a small bottle of Woodford Double Oaked.
Oh, we love Double Oak.
Oh my gosh.
It's like the threesome of oak. It's beautiful.
It is indeed. It is indeed.
So
Threesomes are...
go on. Don't stop now. The tire has met the road.
It's always been a fantasy of mine.
Yeah.
I don't have another glass to put that in.
No. I told you I got to finish this.
Yes.
My bad. Here we go.
Cheers. We didn't even toast. We'll toast on the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for tolerating that drink. I know it's brown is not typically your thing.
No. Trust me, it's liquor. So therefore, it is kind of my thing, in a sense. So
all right, so we're kind of I feel like we're paraphrasing the old fashioned, and I feel like we're not doing it the justice it deserves.
Dude, be bartender Brooks right now.
But we are gonna make this happen. So we got some.
And you're gonna have one with me, right?
Yes, sir, I am.
Yeah.
We got some Angostura bitters. I'm making yours first.
Mm-hmm.
We have so the local ABC store did not have Luxardo cherries. They did have these called Filthy cherries. But I like these better than the Maraschano's, which are typically the bright orange cherries that you see at a bar.
Yeah. You didn't like those at the casino.
No, those are like the Motel 6 of mixed drink cherries.
Okay.
This would be more like the what do you want to say? This would be more like the Marriott or the Sheraton.
Okay. Chef Rachel just brought in some kimchi.
Some kimchi and some rice. Thank you so much, Rachel.
Well, it's kimchi rice like together. But if you want some fresh kimchi on the side, I can bring you some.
If there's one thing we always appreciate, it's a visit from Rachel in the middle of the podcast. She's bringing food to a guest, which is wonderful.
Rachel and Jared are, and I told them this earlier tonight, that I love the way they love each other. I think it's 100% genuine, and I think that it is one of the best examples of how a relationship should be.
That's really sweet. No, I really appreciate it, and I will say a lot of it is due to having a partner who loves me for me at all times, and I love her for her at all times. We're unrelenting with acceptance of one another, and just a lot of people I've heard say, like this is their biggest problem, and I can change that. And I will say that I am with a person that I literally would not change anything about at any time.
That is awesome.
At any time. Yes. And I would say that even if you weren't in here, even if I wasn't on a podcast, it doesn't matter.
He says that kind of stuff to me all the time.
As he should.
He really does.
But he means it when he says it too.
It's the best way to be. Why would you change somebody? Why wouldn't you just find somebody that has the attributes that you appreciate about a human? And that's what she has. And that's, I love that. It's less work for me is really what it is. I'm lazy. I don't have time to change somebody.
You are not lazy. You are ambitiously lazy. You are ambitiously lazy. You were like, I'm going to work really hard for a very short period of time.
I mean...
and then I'm going to have the rest of the day off.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy, Love, I believe this in my heart of hearts. Like, love should be easy. I'm sure I'm quoting A Walk to Remember or something.
You're in two places at once.
Thank you.
Oh, Rachel.
I'm gonna make sure that I cut to that. But no. I truly believe love should be easy, and loving her is very easy. And I try to be as easy to love as possible and easy to get along with as possible. I think that, when you're with somebody that you truly care about, I think that it does make it easy,
Well, I want to say I don't want to change what you said. I want to add some context.
Enhance.
Enhance, yes.
Yeah, take a pill.
I don't
Enhance
think
that shit. I get text messages about it all the time.
It doesn't go down in 4 hours. It's not easy. Relationships are not easy. Relationships that matter are not easy. But when you do things the way, when you do things the way y'all do, it's simple.
I'll take it. Yep.
It's communication. As soon as we have a problem, if he has a problem with me or I have a problem with
you
him,
shovel it.
We say it. As
Yeah.
soon as it's a problem, but we say it in a respectful, like, hey.
I think
You fight fair. You fight fair.
I think that hits that.
Then it's immediately cut and it's done.
She's basically saying
I'm
just
gonna get
always.
out of here, though.
She's basically saying the key to success is being respectful, and I think that it's if you wouldn't talk to your friends the way that you talk to your significant other, I think that's a big issue, because I do talk to her like I am talking to one of the boys, and I know that a lot of people probably disagree with that, but I've always found it to be the best form of communication, because if I can't feel comfortable and confident about coming to you and talking to you the way that I would talk to my friends, then you're not a friend. And if we're not friends first, then we're not going to have a successful relationship, and I want the same thing from her, is just to have, understanding that there is nothing that you can't tell me, right? There's nothing that I won't understand. There's nothing that I won't be there for you through.
I don't think we're doing a modified version of
An old fashioned.
Did you want some fresh kimchi with that that's not cooked in? I have 2 different kinds you can try.
No, ma'am. This is fantastic. Thank you so much for thinking of me and doing this for me. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you very much. And that was the Rachel special, and that was the relationship part of the podcast.
Rice or cabbage, so.
Did you get a shot? Did you get a little something?
I did, but I'll take another little tiny one.
Come on.
This is amazing.
You like it?
I love it.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh.
She makes really good everything. That's one thing I will say. Her cooking is off the charts.
I mean, it ain't like authentic kimchi rice by any means, but I feel like I do a pretty good job, because I love
This is amazing.
Asian food.
And the best part is the mic is picking up all of the chews.
How many times a week do I eat ramen?
A lot. You eat ramen a lot for a 120-pound lady.
120 pounds.
117.
I was going to say, she's like...
All right, 117.
She's like 107 soaking wet.
No, I did recently go to the doctor and it was 117.
Yeah.
Which surprised me because the time before that I went, I was 130.
105.
So much.
Ha! In your bra.
In your bra. Hell yeah. So you're going to toast with us. Yep.
Cheers.
All right, here we go. Rachel stepping in front of the camera. That's okay.
Thank you, Rachel.
We don't mind that.
No, we don't.
All right.
Nope.
Can I give a shout out real quick?
Shout it out.
I want you to say it though.
I'll say it.
Casey watches every single one of your podcasts.
Yeah, Casey.
A shout out.
Casey,
Just FaceTimed
listen.
me drunk from the bar.
Listen, Casey, we're doing a podcast together soon, I promise. And
Hi, Casey.
I love you, and you're a wonderful human. Rachel's actually going to grab me a ginger ale right now for that shout out, but that's not why. It's just because you're wonderful, and I greatly appreciate the support, and I am giving you a shout out. If there is anyone else that has watched all 17 episodes of the podcast, please put your name in the comments, because I will shout you out at the end of episode 19. But I just know one of Rachel's best friends has watched every episode. Even if you just enjoyed a couple episodes, give me your number in the comments. I would love to see it. I don't ever really ask for comments or likes. That's not who I am.
I noticed on one of your podcasts you had comments turned off.
Oh, I should change that.
Yeah. I went to go comment. I went to go comment on it, and I was like, "Oh, I can't."
Dude, I'm still learning so much. I don't know, and I always want comments turned on, because TikTok, I posted my first couple of comedy videos, and
You had some good hits.
I got great hits, but a lot of the comments were negative. And that's okay, because honestly, when I read the comments and they're negative, you're not hurting me at all. As a matter of fact, I laughed at a lot of them. One of the comments that I left the hardest with was, "That was the best you had,"
Thank you.
or "That's what you went with."
Thank you, Rachel.
Another guy said, I believe the comment was, "Going to bed now." You know, and,
Well, you stayed up to listen to your TikTok.
well, and here's the thing, right? Is I think that is why I love comedy. It's one of the main reasons why I love comedy, and I'll tell you this:
Is it also an outlet for you?
100%, and it's a free outlet. It's one of those things that,
That's why I use TikTok.
especially when people comment like that they don't like something that I did, I'm learning something about myself. I've been learning this for the past year and a half since I started. Is I was always so nervous about people not liking me or people not enjoying the experience of me. And you know what? You know what's awesome is when people are rude and when people say like, "This dude sucks" or something like that, it doesn't bother me. It actually doesn't hurt my feelings. It actually makes me like be like, all right, it wasn't for that person.
Well, it just means you're secure.
Well, but I don't think I was. I don't think that if 25-year-old me would have started comedy and that was the comments that
Your brain was still developing.
I mean, I truly believe that. Like, I truly believe that, like, dude, I was not secure in myself. And now it's like, what are you going to do? You're going to comment and say that you don't like my shit? What does that actually mean to me? Nothing. I get it. Sometimes I don't have my best stuff, and I put things on there, and I break myself down, and trust me, there is nothing that you can say to me that I haven't already said to myself 1,000 times.
I'm gay.
What? What? What'd you say?
You said nothing I say to myself 1,000 times. I'm like, I'm gay.
Well, 1,003. But, you know, there's nothing that you can say to me that I haven't already said to myself as far as critiquing myself. But as far as, like, it actually hurting me or making me feel something, it doesn't. It literally just makes me say, okay, I got to get better.
Yep.
I want to get better.
Use it as fuel.
And I don't want to get better in order to appease you, but you do make me want to get better to appease myself. Because at the end of the day, I have goals. I have dude, old fashions hurt. I have aspirations. And honestly, truly, and this is the only podcast that I've ever said this on, but when I get on stage, I truly just want to make you laugh and make you feel joy and maybe push you to the edge of what you actually thought that your thought process was. And if I can do that in just the smallest little way, I'm happy. You know, that's a win for me. And, you know, so anyone that supports my podcast, supports my comedy, you know, I greatly appreciate it.
No, I think your comedy, I mean, it's in its infancy, obviously.
Yeah.
But
it's a newborn baby still. It's barely learned to walk.
We must crawl before we...
But I am the king of comedy.
In Roanoke, Virginia.
What up?
You are... I've told other people this in our friends group, and ultimately just friends that I have in Raleigh that I'm like, hey, I'm going to see one of my buddies who does stand up. I think you have the ability to do to do comedy at the highest level. I really think you do. I'm not just saying that to blow smoke up your ass. I really think you do.
I truly feel this way in my heart of hearts. If I can make it to AAA comedy, I'm happy.
What is AAA comedy?
That is the ability to be able to make a living, not rich, but make a living being a stand-up comedian.
Like you're not going to have a Netflix special.
Doesn't have to be.
But you're gonna travel and be booked in locations. And
Yep.
So one of my favorite comics, I have a few, but I mean, one of my favorites that I think I've laughed the hardest listening to is Tim Hawkins. I don't know if you've ever heard of Tim Hawkins.
I have not.
Okay. He's on the cleaner side of comedy, not necessarily dark humor.
That's great.
But he is
Comedy's comedy.
Comedy is comedy, and he makes people laugh, and he uses his life as I guess the platform to build his jokes off of. He talks about his family and experiences that they've had. He is, I would say, family friendly more so, but there is humor in everything we do. Uh-oh, you don't like it. You're tolerating it barely.
I'm a pussy at heart. Oh man, that
We are what we eat.
that double barrel, man. I'll tell you right now. I mean, it is like sucking two dicks at the same time. I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying it's hard. That's all I'm gonna say. I know, it makes me want to smoke. I mean, literally, I'm trying to be hard for the podcast, but I can't fake taking a hit of that. Like in editing, I would normally like go away from me, but I think I'm gonna zoom in on me being like, I think I'm gonna put like in parentheses like bitch like underneath me because.
I mean, I'm over here just sipping it, and you're like, oh my god,
Dude, oh man. I'm a chaser type of girl, man. I am. I'm the first one to tell everyone, like, you're never gonna see me take a shot of just straight up and be like, that was good. No. I gotta have a little bit of gingy in my mouth, and then I take a shot, and then I chase it with a little bit of ginger ale, and it's like water. It's like drinking ginger ale. It's not a big deal. But I'm trying to be a big boy right now and enjoy the experience that my friend has bestowed upon me. And shit, I am failing.
it's not for everybody.
Oh, man.
You're not failing. I love this drink. I love double oak. Like I would sip it by itself without the bitters, without the cherries. The bitters and cherries are supposed to
Enhance.
It's not enhancing for you the way it's enhancing for me.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, oh, man.
Well, I appreciate you enduring this for me. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? I love this. This is so much fun.
So, the woman in my life that has my attention, has my affection. She loves traveling and she loves taking adventures.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And one of the adventures that we took, I say recently, was it 2023? No.
Isn't it crazy how fast time goes?
It is insane. Like we've been together since July of 22 was the first time I met her.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I can't even believe it's been that long.
So we went to the PGA Championship in Valhalla, which is a golf course outside of Louisville.
Where Vikings are.
I wish.
Okay. So you're in Valhalla.
We're in Valhalla. We're in Louisville. We went to the golf course Valhalla.
And y'all have been dating for how long at this point?
Oh my goodness.
Ish.
I guess it was it last May, so 2 years.
You know what I love about her? If he's wrong, she don't care.
This is true. Thank you for saying that.
I got you. Got your back.
We have taken so many trips, but we went to it was last year because the year before we went to the Masters,
Okay.
which was amazing. That was in 2023. So last year we went to the PGA Championship, but she also booked a few whiskey or bourbon tastings at doing kind of the I don't know if you want to call it the bourbon trail. I think is what it's ultimately called. And there's like a map in Kentucky that you can go to all these different distilleries that have shaped the bourbon culture, the world of bourbon. But we did Woodford as one of the distilleries that we went to, and I have to tell you, the best old fashioned I have ever had in my entire life is at the Woodford Distillery with Woodford Double Oaked. They made it there. I sipped it. It was chef's kiss, like the best. And so Woodford Double Oaked, if I have the opportunity to get it, and I have the opportunity to drink it, I do not do the old fashioned that they made justice by any means whatsoever, but it's just.
Does it touch this?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, like the one there was 100 times better than this shit. I'm sorry. I'm not a bartender. I apologize to everybody that watches this.
It's all good. I'll just tell you right now, Rachel and I, kind of the same story. We have been together for 4.5 years. 4.5 years. And kind of, like I said, similar story. I had the best old-fashioned ever, but all it involved was Astroglide.
I was like, where is this going? Because you do not drink brown liquor unless you're with me.
Listen. That's not true. Hold on. Does Crown Royal count?
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, yes, but no.
Why? It's brown.
I mean, it is.
Okay, don't breathe hard into the mic on me right now. We're almost at the end, motherfucker. Like, they're breathing hard on it. Listen.
Like saying Crown is brown.
All right. Listen.
That's like saying the Motel 6 has 5-star ratings.
Okay. Well, clearly you never been to Pittsburgh. Like, they're pirates out there. No, seriously. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. This has been awesome.
Thank you.
I have thoroughly enjoyed myself, and I understand that you may not think that I enjoyed the old fashioned, but honestly, because it was made by you, it was made with love, and I greatly appreciate it.
The company was better.
Hey, cheers to you. Cheers to our friendship. Hey, thank you all so much for watching. Once again, this has been Brooks Andrews, one of my very good friends. And I'm Jared Christianson with Jared's Not Funny. And thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. I'll catch y'all on the next episode. See you.